Looking at the widgets that we're running on our Viper 4 in field mode. So starting the bottom left, we have an hourglass that we can use to change our zoom. So we can slide in, out, get that where we want it. Coming up from that, we have our boom height control. These guys will show green when we're spraying. They'll give us heights of our booms, left, right, and center. The next one up is our gallon indicator. So currently we are 0 gallons. So it asks if we want to fill. If we hold on it. This button beside here, this is our sectional control. If I tap on it, it runs for a predetermined time and overrides sectional control, allowing you to double spray an area or fix a mistake. If I push and hold on this button, I can disable AccuBoom altogether, so I have no sectional control. If I have to fix a really big mistake and I don't want to keep hitting the button or holding the one on the control handle, I can totally disable it. We also have our on override time at 5 seconds. You can pump that up to 30 seconds, a minute, whatever you want to do. And our turn off percentage is set at 99%. So if we want to, we want 99% of the boom to be overlapping before it shuts off. When we click on the second tab at the top, we're normally going to use time, and we can set our off look ahead and our on look ahead. So for off look ahead with aim flex, 0 seconds is probably about right. That's normally where we want to run. Our on look ahead at 0 isn't going to be good. I would probably start at 1.3 seconds. Now, just because I said 1.3 seconds doesn't mean that you don't have to get out and look and make sure that you're happy. You want to make sure that your sections are set up, or that your timing is set up properly, that you are not leaving misses or over applying. We then have our acres, or this button we can toggle through task volume, tank volume, lifetime area, task area. Our day night mode again. Our forward reverse button. So if we tap on this button, it'll think that we're going reverse. So every once in a while you back up or you stop funny and you start driving ahead and it thinks you're going backwards, you can just tap that to flip it around. If you are running slingshot vehicle to vehicle, where you got 2 or more machines talking to each other, this button here will show you and however many other machines are in that job. This is our slingshot cellular signal strength. If I push and hold on that, I can request support right from within the job. I don't have to log out and go into the administrator menu. I can hit request support, accept the warning, and get the number to give to the support person to log in to view this monitor. We have our compass heading and our speed, our distance offline, our guidance line number. This button here is our scout button. From here, we can go in and record boundaries or various other things. Now, a nice way, if you don't have boundaries in your monitor or you want machine-driven boundaries, you can go spray the whole field, switch this button to coverage, click this button, the plus button, and it will drop a boundary around your coverage. You don't have to try to record and do the perfect outside round. You can actually do it from coverage. So as long as you have a full outside pass or the complete field sprayed, you can create a boundary from coverage. Speed and our RTK signal or GPS. Green obviously means that we are fixed and ready to run. This button here will turn our pump on or off. We have product pressure, sparge pressure, our rate, our up and down arrows for our rate control. This is our steering button to tell us our status, whether we're engaged. We got an exclamation right now because we're shut off and sitting. And this guy here can be used to recenter our guidance line if we want to remark it, or we can create our guidance lines, which we'll do in another video. At the bottom of the screen, we have some different views. So this is our normal view where probably most of you will run. By clicking on this default button, you can see our boundary, you can see our guidance lines, and that would also show you your coverage, how much of the field you have covered. Again, we have a zoom button. We can center it on the boundary, or we can center it on the machine. If you have multiple machines, you would see both machines traveling in that, filling in that boundary or that square. We also have some other windows that you can set up with some different options. If you want to do widget view, you can have a small map, do different things like that. Or we have one set up as default, which just happens to be blank on this one. The bottom right corner, we have our UT button. Again, our ISO controllers have been pushed to the Pro 1200 on this unit, so this is blank. But you may have your auto rinse system set up through here, or you could have your steering controller over here if it wasn't on the 1200. This button in the bottom right corner is our widget setup. So in here, there are some different layouts. We normally load some in for you. The Young's ones are the ones you want to look at. So Young's 2024, this is a new layout we set up last year. You will notice if we click on that, we cannot edit it. We would have to create a copy first, give it a name, then, so we basically cloned Young's 2024. I just called it test. When I hit the edit button, now you'll see we kind of got a gray look. So now if I push and hold, I can move things around. I can tap on them and I can delete things, or I can go into the menu, hitting the plus button, and I can scroll through different things and I can add different buttons. Not all of these are sprayer specific. There are planter stuff and all kinds of things. So there are different things you can look through here and customize things if you want. I do recommend for support, we are familiar with our layout. We can tell you on the right side to hit a certain function. And if you're new to the monitor, it might be beneficial to leave the layout the way we had it. Now, once you're back at your main screen, as you spray, you'll see it paint in. You can see your boom has 82 little sections on it. You'll see them turning on and off. Once you're done the field, or if you're going home, you have to get out of the job. You hit the house button. It comes up here. Don't hit job completed unless the job is completely sprayed. If you hit job completed, it will send it to Slingshot and it will essentially archive it in the system, so you can't get back into it unless you log into the computer. So only hit job completed when you know the field is completely done, or that application of that field is completely done. When we hit stop, our job closes. So if we go home for lunch, or we get go home to fill, come back the next day to finish the field, then we can reload the job. So then we can reselect that job to go back into it.